Almost every story from the beginning has had similar plots and characters. The hero is the most commonly known character in well-known stories and tales. These heroes, though their stories may be different, all have common traits and characteristics, such as being strong, brave, and ethical. We chose to compare Beowulf to a modern rendition of a fairy tale, Maleficent. We researched and analyzed the archetypal characters, plots, and themes and setting from the Maleficent, and then compared these archetypes to the epic Beowulf.
The archetypal hero is Maleficent. She follows the hero's journey in her own unique way. She begins in an ordinary world, just as the archetypal hero does. It is her home, commonly referred to as the moor. Here she is among the fairies and comfortably lives in a tree. All is at peace here until the humans begin to show up. This is similar to Beowulf because he had an ordinary world too. Both Maleficent and Beowulf are the strongest in their ordinary world and are ironically not ordinary at all. They both face inner battles and embody the strength and bravery needed to be an epic hero. The call to adventure that Maleficent experiences is when the humans grow too greedy for their own good and go to war with the creatures of the moor. There was little to no hesitation in Maleficent's decision to protect her home and battle off the greedy humans. This is called the refusal to the call. Maleficent doesn't refuse the call, just as Beowulf does. Dyaval the Raven is Maleficent's mentor. He offers wisdom and is another essential archetype to the story. However, he is clearly not as strong a mentor as Hrothgar was in the story Beowulf. The Raven offers Maleficent advice on his journey and is why this movie contains the archetypal element of meeting with the mentor. Maleficent crosses the threshold into the other world when the humans begin to attack. She is forced to summon up all of her courage and bravery to battle them off and defend her land. She becomes the land's fiercest protector. Her followers rely on her just as Beowulf did on him. As for allies and enemies, Maleficent has many of them. The king and humans are her enemies. Their ultimate goal is to destroy her and take what she values most, her forest kingdom. Her allies include the raven, the tree warriors, and her wings. Beowulf was similar in that he had allies and enemies too. The supreme ordeal takes place when Maleficent is surrounded by humans with large iron shields. Iron is the only thing that can stop a fairy. At this point, it appears as though she will never be able to escape. This is similar to Beowulf's fight with the dragon. A dragon even appears, but in this movie, the enemies are fighting the dragon. Maleficent is also missing her wings, something that has helped her in all her battles. This is similar to Beowulf's sword and gear that nearly failed him in his final battle. The reliance of one particular weapon is common in the hero's journey. As for rewards, Maleficent has found peace and undid the dark magic throughout the moors. Aurora was crowned queen, and the relationship between the moors and the people is strengthened. Conflicts will no longer occur. Philip throws a celebration at the moors, and all is good in the kingdom. This compares to when Hrothgar threw a celebration after the first defeat of Grendel. This story reflects the feminist views of modern society. The ultimate goal was to create a strong female lead character. It takes the typical feminine role and flips it to influence a culture that respects and admires women. The central values reflected show that women can be heroes too.
Maleficent is the hero in this story. Maleficent is a powerful fairy that helps to eventually save Aurora. For revenge on King Stefan, Maleficent puts a curse on his daughter when she was a baby. King Stefan sends Aurora away so that she can grow up in a safe environment. Maleficent watches Aurora grow up and partly raises her. Maleficent realizes that it was wrong of her to put a curse on Aurora and decides to make it her mission to free Aurora from the curse. In this story, Maleficent is the archetypal character of the hero. She does good work and saves Aurora from the curse. She also ends the feud between the humans and herself that went on for years. These are huge accomplishments that greatly change the kingdom. Maleficent is comparable to Beowulf. Both characters accomplish difficult tasks that others could not and change the lives of others. Aurora is the daughter of King Stefan. When she was a baby, Maleficent put a curse on her that on her 16th birthday, she will prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and fall into a deep sleep. She can only be awoken by true love's kiss. Aurora represents the holy child archetypal character in this story. This is because she is wanted by both sides, King Stefan and Maleficent, and she holds the key to something. In this case, Aurora is the key to ending the curse that Maleficent has put over King Stefan's kingdom. Stefan is the villain in this story. When they were younger, Maleficent and King Stefan were friends until Stefan became power hungry. When the ruler before Stefan was on his deathbed, he said that his successor would be the one that could kill Maleficent and bring him back proof. Stefan went to the woods where Maleficent lived and poisoned her. He didn't have the heart to kill her, so he took her most powerful feature, her wings, and went back to show the king his work. King Stefan represents the archetypal character of a shadow or villain. He works against Maleficent and only cares about himself and gaining power. Diaval is an ally to Maleficent in the story. Maleficent saves his life, and in return, he decides to help her with whatever she needs. Maleficent used her powers to allow Diaval to change back and forth from a raven to a human. She sends Diaval as a raven to go to the land of the humans and spy on the humans' plans. Diaval is an ally because he helps and advises Maleficent throughout her journey. Together they work against King Stefan and the rest of the kingdom. Diaval would also be considered a shapeshifter because of his ability to change from a raven to a human and utilize those different powers. Diaval would be comparable to Hrothgar and Beowulf because Hrothgar advised Beowulf along his journey of battling Grendel.
In Maleficent, there is a contrast between the forest kingdom that Maleficent rules over and the stone-hard castle where the king lives. The trees represent the life and joy that grows throughout the forest kingdom. It shows the evolution of the magical creatures there and how they've excelled over the years. In the background, the stone castle appears darker and as a silhouette, underlying the hidden darkness and evil that resides there. The contrast between the forest kingdom and the stone castle also focuses on the difference between light versus darkness, good versus evil. The castle looms in the background and is displayed as a darker color. The forest kingdom is a lighter color that has trees, streams, flowers, bugs, and even a young aurora, portraying the good and purity of the forest kingdom. The river or stream shown throughout Maleficent symbolizes the purity of the forest and of Maleficent herself. She starts off as a young fairy full of life and innocence and is robbed of her innocence and purity by someone she was close to. Just like a stream or river, life moves on. There are bends and twists that may prove to be challenges, but at the end of the day, a stream is still a stream, a river is still a river, and Maleficent was good at heart. The stream provides life for all creatures of the forest kingdom. It is a form of life itself and is a major part of all of those in the kingdom. It is the center of life in the forest, and all creatures center their own lives around it. The stream also makes for a place of important gatherings between the magical creatures of the forest kingdom. The river is a gathering place for all the creatures in the forest kingdom. In comparison, the mead hall in Beowulf is fairly similar for the characters in the epic tale. Both the mead hall and the stream serve as a place where all the characters can come together in times of trouble. The thorns cast over the borders of the forest kingdom and the castle symbolize the anger and rebellion Maleficent is taking against the king. The thorns are from her anger and hatred towards those responsible of taking away her wings and purity. The thorns protect Maleficent and other creatures from facing the king and his men again. The thorns block out the evil and protect the good that has been overshadowed by Maleficent's frustration and lack of true love destroyed by the castle kingdom. The thorns may also be a way of keeping the evil, the castle kingdom, separated from what's left of the good of Maleficent. The thorns separate the two worlds and keep Maleficent from turning fully evil throughout the movie. Maleficent's thorn wall allow her to remain safe inside her home and remain calm while the king tries to attack on. The thorns protect Maleficent from her enemy, just as Grendel's mother's mirror, full of evil creatures, protects her. Grendel's home is surrounded and engulfed in the dangerous lake that not even a deer escaping a hunter would cross in order to stand a chance to survive. Both Grendel and Maleficent put up figurative walls in order to keep out those who endanger their safety and those that they love. Grendel's mother lives within the mirror to protect her son, even after he has been killed. Maleficent's thorn walls protect the young Aurora from doing harm to herself before her 16th birthday and keep her from the danger that is the castle kingdom. Both women build up walls in order to protect someone that they care about and truly love.
The hero in his journey is thought of as a metaphor for our own search for self-knowledge. The myth of the hero is the most persistent theme in every culture's literature and has remained the same over time. When compared to Beowulf, Maleficent had many of the same characteristics and traits that the epic hero should encounter. The characters, setting, and plots and themes from both heroic tales have common characteristics that when compared to any other hero and his journey would also have many similarities. Both the rendition of a fairy tale and all the classic epic tale have common archetypes known by all.